Everything changes and evolves over time. Music, technology, fashion, movies, and even languages. Just like your favorite songs or the way you dress has changed, the English language has also evolved and continues to do so. This journey from the past to the present and into the future is what we'll explore today. What are your favorite classes in school? Are you interested in science, politics, medicine, or maybe literature and the arts? Whatever your interest, learning English is a skill that will likely come in handy for your future career. Today, English is considered the lingua franca, the global language spoken by more people as a first or second language than any other. Around 1.5 billion people worldwide. It's also the dominant language in the sciences, where 80% of the scientific papers are published in English. And when it comes to the internet, a whopping 60% of the 10 million most used websites are in English. What does this mean for you? Speaking English opens doors not just for traveling to places like India, where many speak it as a second language, or China, where generations have learned English in public schools, but also for browsing online and accessing vast amounts of information. English is also the official native language in countries like the United Kingdom, the United States, Canada, Australia, Ireland, New Zealand, and Jamaica, among others. However, the way people speak English in these places can vary greatly. For example, an American English speaker might need subtitles to understand an Australian movie. Now, let's take a closer look at history. Did you know that English didn't originate entirely from England? Languages evolve over time, borrowing words and structures from other cultures. English is not a Romance language like Spanish, French, or Italian, which evolved directly from Latin. However, Latin has left a big mark on English, especially after the Roman Empire controlled Britannia for nearly 4 centuries. Can you guess some words with Latin roots? Here are a few: agriculture, barbarian, candidate, memory, and urban. English has also absorbed words from French, thanks to the events like the Norman conquest of England in 1066. Words like battalion, machine, religion, and wallet are just a few examples. Despite these influences, English is fundamentally a West Germanic language, closely related to German, Dutch, and Frisian. But let's dig deeper. English belongs to the Indo-European linguistic family, which connects it to languages spoken from Iceland to India. English stands out for its flexibility, openness to vocabulary, and relatively simple grammar. But let's face it, English pronunciation can be a nightmare. Words like daughter or laughter don't rhyme, even though they look similar. And what about through, rough, and drought? Believe it or not, these words once rhymed, but their pronunciations changed over time, influenced by migration and social class. One major event in English history was the Great Vowel Shift, which occurred between the 1400s and the 1600s during the transition from Middle English to early modern English. For example, words like bite and meat were pronounced differently before this shift. Some believe these changes were influenced by the wars with France, while others think it was due to migration after the Black Death. Now, let's talk about literature. The first major work in English is the epic poem Beowulf, written around the 8th century. It tells the story of a Scandinavian king fighting monsters. Here's the opening line in Old English. What we gardena ingiardagum, Theuth kininga, thrimia frunum, hudat athelinges elen fremedam. What does it mean? Don't worry if you can't understand it. Modern English speakers can't either. Here's a modern version by Seamus Heaney, a Nobel Prize-winning poet. And the kings who ruled them had courage and greatness. We have heard of those princes' heroic campaigns. Even more recent works, like those of Geoffrey Chaucer or William Shakespeare, can be tough for modern readers. Did you know that English used to have a formal and informal way to say you? Words like thee and thou disappeared over time, leaving us with the more formal you. So what's the future for the English language? Even though every language has rules of grammar and dictionaries that represent the official way they are written, the way we speak isn't set in stone. Linguistic rules are made to be broken, and every year, new words are invented through slang. These words and phrases might have to do with a fashion craze, a new technology, or a popular food. For example, Riz refers to someone's romantic charm, while deepfake describes realistic yet fake media content. Padawan, inspired by pop culture, means an inexperienced or naive person. English, like every language, will continue to change and adapt. Imagine this. Centuries from now, future English speakers will need modernized versions of the songs by your favorite artists like Beyoncé, Taylor Swift, or Kendrick Lamar. Reflect. Which languages do you believe have the greatest influence in shaping the English language today? What do you think they'll make of the lyrics you sing in the shower? How do you think the English language will evolve in the next 50 years? Can you find examples of how technology, social media, or pop culture have recently influenced English? Now think about other areas you're interested in, like music, fashion, or technology. How have these areas evolved over time? And how do you think they will continue to change in the future?